First question.
Hold on, before real quick. Dr. Tingstead said it was a very successful scrimmage because we were all healthy, and I think it's time we show some gratitude for anyone who helped get that turf done for the bubble. That is a big help with our current situation, so we're very appreciative of that. But any questions? We can go.
Theo Lawson, go ahead.
Hey Nick, can you just give us a general summary of what you saw today in the scrimmage and how many plays did you guys end up running today?
Well, I don't think there's a question the defense won the day. A lot of self-inflicted wounds offensively that probably compounded the feeling walking off the field. A bunch of drop balls. One bad snap is one too many, and we had more than that, which really disturbs the flow of the overall cleanliness of a football team. So that needs to be fixed. We pulled some veterans early. I think a lot of guys got reps, but from the first starters on defense all the way down, I thought they played very hard, played together, got their hands up, knocked a couple balls down. But there were some bright spots on offense. Nakia Watson, incredible addition for us. Donovan Ollie had a day. And then, Cam had a big play down the sideline. But without seeing the film, I don't know how much more I can speak on. I think the tackling probably is going to show that there's some improvement there. I don't think it was bad, but I think we can be better. But a lot of that will come from looking at the film.
What did you see from the three quarterbacks, Jaden, Jared, and Cam? And did any of them kind of manage to create any separation at that spot today?
We put a little emphasis on it for sure. But Cam, I thought, showed up 6 for 7, big couple touchdowns. Jaden saying going 5 for 7. And Jarrett is going to list 4 for 10. I'd have to go look at that and judge for which one of those were drops, and it was just it wasn't pretty that way. Decision making, I didn't feel like they were bad. I thought the defense rushed the passer really well, brought some real creative stuff that they need to work on, and offense needs to work on for sure. But what was disappointing is lack of general fire for the offense when things started going downhill. And that's where I told the defense, you got them down, don't let them back in it. And I don't know that I could say that they got back in it, but it's definitely a teaching moment offensively. You look at Liam and Abe. We pulled them early in practice. Those are guys that usually don't let that happen. So when those guys aren't in the game or aren't in the series, somebody else needs to take that role on, and you would like it to come from the quarterback position. I think the competition is leading to a little bit of hesitation there, but we will address that and move forward.
Do you see more fire when one of those three guys is behind center, or are they each kind of responsible for not bringing enough today? In your mind?
Oh, I mean, with the lack of offensive and not even production, just clean football. I think they all got to take a little bit of that. I'm not saying it's their fault, but they chose that position, and that's a lot of how that position is judged. We got into some really unique situations that I thought what I do appreciate about this team is they want to do the right thing, and them paying attention. Did an overtime deal, obviously I don't know if obviously, but overtime rule changes. That was good learning. I thought the coaches did a really nice job yesterday with some of the just situations that come up in a football game. I think those are important, and I challenge us to be, and that includes me, to be one of the best, if not the best, situational football teams in the country. And because I think to win close games, you've got to be dialed in, you got to be confident in those situations. And I want to make sure that these kids get to go through those situations and are aware of it. So, but hard to say, if, we got to clean up the self-inflicted wounds offensively. That's just, if that doesn't happen, we'll be in trouble.
Jamie Vinnick, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good, Jamie.
So you talked about the defense kind of at the start, and you said that they won the day. Were there a couple guys that maybe made some plays that stood out to you?
I don't know that we had an interception. There were some balls on the ground, like I said, with bad snaps, and I don't know that they were caused other than, there's some young guys really showing up in the edge group. With Ram Stevenson made a play that I like. I've really enjoyed how he practices and what he's brought. Andrew Edson continually shows up. You talk about a kid who plays the game the right way. I'm very happy he's with us. Ice took a few, made a good play, but didn't take a whole lot of reps. Trying to, I wouldn't really be able to speak too much on the free safety situation without seeing the film, but that will be an important one for us to judge. I saw Poulet make a good play from the interior D line. Francisco Mauinoa is somebody that is going to have some contribution this year, wherever that is. Just some of the, I'm not sure who else got a hand on a ball, maybe Ram and Francisco, but those are the ones kind of sparked with me.
Did you primarily give a lot of kind of your quote unquote starters a good chunk of rest and kind of let some of the younger guys play the brunt of the scrimmage?
I would say so, yes.
You've talked about some of the young guys. When you're kind of watching them, do you kind of keep an idea of who you maybe want to redshirt or not, or does that just kind of come as it comes?
No, I think that's, especially with the 4-game rule that's come in, I think it's taken a lot of pressure off making that decision. I think it's a very smart rule for the general health of our young student athletes. Because in the past, you're redshirting, you start fading away. You start, maybe not always as involved. I'm just a redshirt. With this rule, I think this thing is a continuous decision, and I don't know that you talk about that a whole lot. Maybe with a few guys specifically, but I think that's a continuous conversation, depending on the situation and who could help. And I think it helps the roster top to bottom stay dialed in and see if they can find a way to contribute. I think it's one of the best things I think we've done for the game, for especially the freshmen.
Do you feel like you're any closer to kind of figuring out who your number one right guard is?
With Connor getting in late, it kind of threw some things off as far as the flow, as far as what we can do in practice. But I think Cade's done a real nice job. There's a high volume of cross training going on with a bunch of guys. But Cade's doing a nice job right now.
And then lastly, one of the guys we've talked about at length at camp has been Deshaun Stribling. What did he kind of produce today?
I don't know if Strib had a catch, but that is not how you judge Strib. I mean, sometimes it's just how it goes. With Strib, for a young guy, really does a lot of things right. He's very strong for an 18-year-old or however old he is. He's very diligent in his approach. I think he's really assimilated well into the team. He's made a bunch of plays through camp. I'd have to go look at the reps and what plays he was in, but I know the stats are coming to you guys right now. I don't see his name on here right now.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Brenna Green, go ahead.
Hi, Coach Rolovich.
Hi, Brenna.
So first of all, I know that it seems like the quarterback reps were pretty even this scrimmage. Do you expect that to be different next scrimmage, or do you think they'll probably be even between the three guys?
Hard to say. I think and we got to talk to the young guys. I don't know how much two spot we're going to be able to keep going and come, and Xavier's hungry, complete transformation from the spring. He wants to compete. Victor Gabalis, I think, has done a lot of really good things through camp, but and some of these reps are going to become mental reps, and that's hard too. And we got to be aware of that as coaches, coaching these guys through it. But we have to. I could see it being even going into next week. As we get into later in the week, I don't know. But I'm not sure we can wait a whole lot longer before we start whittling it down. Somebody's got to take this job. And that's the bottom line.
Do you still feel like there's nobody who's really set themselves apart over this last?
Not consistently enough. I mean, there's days where you're like, oh, there's Jarrett. He's got it. Oh, wait, no, there's Cam. He does it. Wait, no, here comes Jaden. So this is about consistency and leading this group. And what I think we've struggled with a little bit is a little bit worrying about what the other guy's doing, what plays the other guy's getting. We need to worry about the play we have, and good or bad, let it go, and then we go to the next play.
And just also in terms of next week, do you expect more of the starters to be playing more in the scrimmage, or are you going to continue to probably keep them out of the mix for those scrimmages the majority of the time?
I don't know if I could say that yet. I don't know. You like to see the QBs each, get their turn with the top guys at all the other positions, and see how they gel. I don't know if I could answer that honestly right now, Brenna.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.